knew Jim Marshall very well. He was a drum instructor, and he was teaching Mitch Mitchell, of all people. I used to go to the shop, the guitar shop where I got my Gibson from. Mitch Mitchell was serving, Jim Marshall was there. He knew nothing about amplifiers, but he drew a double stack, and I think it was Ken Brandt and Ken Flegg who took the best electrical circuit from Fender and Vox, put it together and put out a Marshall. That's how that started. I used to go to the Bletchley factory where I would plug my guitar in and play really loud to test the amps, because I couldn't get used to the Marshall sound. I liked my box sound. All the people on the assembly line would walk out because they would complain that I was playing too loud and they couldn't work under those circumstances, which was quite funny. And I went there about 4 times. Every time I went there, Jim Marshall would come out from the office down the road and go, "I knew you were here because I could hear you down the road." He was a very nice guy, and he was a drum teacher. He had the Ealing shop where Mitch Mitchell was learning the drums there. Mitch Mitchell, by the way, was an actor, child actor. And if you look at a lot of the English films, you'll see him as a schoolboy. Very good actor. And he was in many films that incorporated school kids. And Jim was a very affable kind of guy. He knew nothing about amplifiers, yet it's funny to see today every band has got a Marshall amplifier, and that was built in the beginning by someone who knew nothing about amplifiers. He was a drum teacher. I always find that slightly amusing. And Ken Flegg and Ken Brandt were the 2 electricians that built the electronics for the sound. So that was how that came about. I lived in Hounslow, Heston. Ealing was our nearest guitar shop, and I did buy my 335 from there. I went there with the intention of buying a Jet Firebird Gretsch, and then after half an hour of sales pitch, he said, "Forget the Gretsch." He said, "That's a toy compared to the 335. And I went, "But I want the Gretsch. I love the Jet Firebird." He said, "No. You'll appreciate the 335 Gibson much more later in life." I ended up with a 335. I went there with the intention of buying a Gretsch and walked out with a Gibson. And I was paying 30 shillings on the HP hire purchase. And my other 30 shillings went for the amplifier. So I was left with next to nothing to live on for the week. I was working in a factory at the time, making stroboscopes for submarines. Everybody should do that at some point in their life. The world is your oyster, and you can make a stroboscope for a submarine.